Hello everyone, I'm Brian Miller, and this is the NewsNet Weekly Roundup, the weekly show where I break down the biggest news stories out of the Star Wars universe. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to be notified anytime there's new content. Without further ado, let's get started. Disney has announced that its Star Wars-themed Galactic Starcruiser hotel will be closing permanently later this year, only 15 months after it first opened to the public. In an official statement, the company announced that it will be booking its final guests from September 28th to September 30th this year. It also took the time to thank its staff for their tireless work to bring the immersive experience to life. Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is one of the most creative projects ever and has been praised by our guests and recognized for setting a new bar for innovation and immersive entertainment. This premium boutique experience gave us the opportunity to try new things on a smaller scale of 100 rooms. And as we prepare for its final voyage, we will take what we've learned to create future experiences that can reach more of our guests and fans. We are so proud of all of the cast members and Imagineers who brought Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser to life and look forward to delivering an excellent experience for guests during the remaining voyages over the coming months. Thank you to our guests and fans for making this experience so special. It's a sad day for fans who were hoping to stay in the Star Wars Hotel, which was modeled on the Halcyon cruiser and even got its own tie-in novel in last year's The Princess and the Scoundrel, where Han Solo and Princess Leia had their honeymoon on the ship. That said, it's not difficult to imagine why Galactic Starcruiser has been forced to close. Most fans were priced out of a stay, which would have cost roughly $5,000 for only a couple of nights. Its fortunes weren't helped when fans began to point out that the hotel's decor looked shockingly reminiscent of the Imperial Prison on Nakina 5 in Andor, rather than a leisure cruise. In March, 12 months after opening, Disney announced it was reducing its weekly bookings from 3 or 4 bookings a week to just 2. For those customers who have booked stays past September 30th, Disney has pledged to discuss your options and modify your plans, presumably relocating them to somewhere else on site for a cheaper price. According to a new report by Deadline, the writer's strike may delay production of the 4th season of The Mandalorian. The trade's co-editor-in-chief, Nelly Andreeva, is apparently hearing that the crew was initially targeting a September start date, but due to the ongoing industry-wide work stoppage that is no longer set in stone. It's obviously unknown when, should it be delayed, production would start, for the same reason that it's unknown how long the strike will go on. Some estimates have it going well into the summer and possibly into September or beyond, but this is obviously a very fluid situation and depends on when the writers and the studios decide to finally sign a new deal. The Mandalorian premiered its Season 3 finale last month. While Lucasfilm has not officially announced the development of a 4th season, series creator Jon Favreau stated in May of last year that he was writing scripts for The Mandalorian Season 4. Then, in February of this year, it was reported that Favreau had completed the scripts and that they were handed to Lucasfilm veteran Doug Chiang for concept art. The stoppage shouldn't stop pre-production on the show, but Lucasfilm is likely getting ready for a situation where a deal hasn't been signed by Labor Day. The Mandalorian would be the latest major project to be impacted by the WGA strike, which has already impacted several other high-profile shows and movies. This can either be because the writers are no longer allowed to work on the scripts because they can't be on set, or because the rest of the crew finds it impossible to cross the picket lines. Favreau is the main writer of The Mandalorian, so if the strike were to go beyond this summer, he wouldn't be able to perform any writing duties on set. But what that means for his job as showrunner is a blurry line that has yet to be defined. Star Wars NewsNet will continue to follow and provide updates on the WGA strike and how it pertains to Star Wars as the situation continues to develop. Star Wars behind-the-scenes series Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, will return for a Making of Season 3 special on June 28th on Disney+. It's currently unclear whether the special will be a single installment or if it'll include multiple episodes. The first season of Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, adopted an episodic structure with 8 episodes of roughly 20 to 30 minutes each. The second season was only 2 episodes, but longer in duration at 69 minutes and 40 minutes respectively. It's also worth pointing out that Disney Gallery, The Book of Boba Fett, contained a single 63-minute episode. This was a bit odd considering they included episode 1 in the title of this episode, and yet no further episodes followed it. Regardless of the number of episodes, we're sure to learn a few interesting details from the cast and crew, as well as receive some fun behind-the-scenes footage from the production. Some of the best moments from Season 2 include the use of Plo Koon as a code name for Luke Skywalker, prior to his jaw-dropping cameo in the finale, as well as Dave Filoni admiring and fine-tuning the Ahsoka costume and makeup on Rosario Dawson. We're likely to learn more about this latest season of Disney Gallery The Mandalorian as we get closer to June 28th. And finally, we have some new canon material for you this week. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, The Nameless Terror number 4, and Bounty Hunters number 34, released on Wednesday. Reviews for those entries into the canon timeline can be found on our website. And that does it for your Newsnet Weekly Roundup this week. All of these stories and more can be found in greater detail on our website, StarWarsNewsNet.com. Don't forget to check back regularly for updates to stories and breaking news out of the Star Wars universe. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitter at BrianMiller1138 and catch me each week on my show, the Star Wars Canon Podcast. Until next time, may the Force be with you.